it's cold. As promised, part 2, the build. And then at chapter 3, the finish. I will do my best to explain this as we go. And if you have any questions. All right, chapter 2, the build. All right, here I'm just fitting those little pieces into the tracks, and now just dry fitting the leg against the tabletop. Gluing them up. And nailing them up. So those are those L pieces I was talking about in the previous video. Make the alignment here much easier than any other waterfall table that I've done. Even the ones I've done with dominoes or biscuits, it's just really a hard thing to clamp. This really made clamping not hard at all. Definitely the best glue job for a waterfall table I've ever done. Here's the leg, little preview off the welding table. Getting rid of some of that dried glue. Here's on the inside. Here's that little groove on the side. On the other side. Alright, now I'm cutting the 45 on the end, the other end of the desk, because I didn't just want to have it dead-ended with end grain. So I 45 it, and I just did another waterfall edge, but only dropped it about 2 inches or 2.5 inches. Then I just glued in a couple of little maple pieces just to have something for that to dead end into. It already had the groove in it, so it aligned perfectly.
We made a tree
that's
of life.
Alex Noviello.
Why?
At Alex Noviello.
For what?
We made it for Lauren.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be yellow on YouTube.
So this just put the pressure on me to get this done and make it look nice, because this is absolutely 10 times what I was looking for. So Alex, you the man. Thank you so much. This is absolutely beautiful. Alright, so I just got everything all glued up, and now I'm just marking out where the flange put the slots for the bottom, so I could put the thread inserts in. So I'm putting epoxy in, and then putting some of the steel thread inserts in, and that's all bolted in. Here I'm just turning a small little piece on the lathe for the backside of the handle for the drawer. That's gonna go in this desk. This is a little bit of bracing. So I used 3/4 inch wood, so it's just not thick. So it felt a little hollow. So I put this bracelet on the bottom, trying to stiffen it up, and it did okay, but not great. Here I'm cutting off the leg. It was just made a little bit long, just in case anything happened. So cutting it square and to length. And doing a little fake typing, and now just kind of concepting out what I'm going to do for the shelves. Here's a terrible angle of using the new dowel hole jigs that I made and making the shelving pieces. This is a learned experience. Would have done it different in the future. I had to actually pop these joints that I'm gluing right now to install this, just because of the way that I did it, but live and learn. Put the dowels in first. It didn't really matter the other side. I put the dowels into this piece. Boom. There's our cracks. Should pop down. Put a little glue in it. Pop it back up. No problem. I have to do that on all 4 of these pieces. But like I said, you live and learn. I'd probably make this whole assembly all as one in the future. Then install it as I would glue the leg to the top, but didn't know. Just one of those just build as you go type jobs. This is just a detail for taking up open space in the bottom shelf to the top shelf. Very simple, just cut little strips of strap and glued them to other little pieces of scrap and glued and nailed those in place. Just to make a small little detail to kind of like encapsulate the side of the shelf without actually like closing it off. So you don't make catch-alls as easy when you don't hide things. So if you leave things open, like so here we're just doing a little sanding, cleaning things up. Hand sanding, getting the swirl marks. Here's 2 shelves. Shelves are in. Now we gotta build ourselves a drawer. A little dovetail jig. Piece of maple. There's Alex Noviello in the background, building the tunnel for this drawer. Here's the dovetail jig action. Here I am gluing it up. I'm gonna screw up there, but easily fixed. So you get the 4 sides all glued together. And then this is the tunnel.
My friend Alex Noviello, he made this. This is the tunnel that the drawer is gonna fit in. And I just want to say you do excellent work, Alex. Thank you very much.
This is going to make my life way easier because now I just have to cut out a little space for it and I can glue and screw this in place. So he did a great job. Thanks, bud. Check him out. Best in the world. Thanks,
At Alex Noviello on YouTube.
So here's me just kind of measuring out where and how I want to put this in. So I just place it actually in position and cut it in position. Just seemed to make the most sense to me and it worked out. I don't know why I do this stuff, but I think it's funny when I'm doing it, I guess. I don't know. So I'm just cutting the maple out. The actual size of the tunnel for the drawer, and then just got to clean it up a little bit. And just do a little bit of dry fitting. There we go. All right, so we got the tunnel in, so now we need to cut the bottom for the drawer before we put the actual grooves in. Doesn't really matter, could have done that now, but this is just making a jig that I can use a little trim router with a bearing to basically just cut a small, like 3/16 groove into the bottom side of the drawer so that I can just take a little piece of oak plywood and cut it and glue it or maybe just nail it in. So here I am cutting that groove. It's at about 3/16 wide, maybe 5/8 deep. Clean up the corners with a chisel. Make sure everything's good. And then just taking the old jig apart. And there's the drawer bottom. Plywood. So, yeah, there we go. Nail that in. So now I'm just gonna, those little guides are a 1/2 inch wide. So here I'm just cutting a 1/2 inch groove. Boy, I really gotta stop hitting that. I'm cutting just a 1/2 inch groove into the sides of the drawers to see if it fits. And here's the moment of truth to see if the grooves are deep enough, and it looks good. A little tight, but for the most part, I was thrilled. So this was a little weird. The middle piece of the glue up was crowned a little bit, so I flattened it a bit. But I wasn't sure just with wood expansion and contraction. 100% here, so I might have overdone this, but I just wanted to wax the walnut pieces, the dark brown pieces on the outside, because the wood is going to move across the grain that way. So I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a big deal, but we'll see. Maybe the whole thing will crack and just come apart. But like I said, only glue in the middle, and then just, yeah, on the other pieces of maple or in the corners. But then I put paste wax on pretty much all of the walnut that's going to be underneath the tunnel, the drawer tunnel.
Can you overdo it when taking
Oh.
into consideration wood?
And I forgot that I had this short.
I've heard that you actually had issues with wood when I locked it in a way that didn't allow it to move. But sometimes when I'm building something I'm not 100% about, I over plan a little, but I don't know. Is that a bad thing?
Okay, so now I'm cleaning out the knots on the top side of the desk so I can put some epoxy, not Total Canoe brand, but just cheap big box store brand. Yeah. I don't know what that note, well, it's sped up, but I don't know what's playing in the background. So here I am just filling in some of the knots and holes and little wormholes on the leg of the waterfall. And there they are, all filled in. And here I go, kind of chiseling them away. So that will actually conclude the build. So from this point, what is next is finishing up this desk, which will include the only sanding that I really do, besides the little bit that you saw here, cleaning up the glue joints. But the next is prepping the thing to be finished. So sanding and just simple little things. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you got a little bit more out of this with me talking. Maybe you hated it. But either way, stay tuned. Chapter 3, final one. And then no more like this. Maybe, I don't know.